of reading newspaper. Can we first focus on it? And then when the session comes to an end, a teacher or a person, a speaker asks you, do you have any other doubt? Then start asking your doubts. You are not sitting in a random, room where you are free to ask anything and everything. It is a very well organized, meticulously designed session for you, in which we are going to tell you that this is how you should read your newspaper, right? So to give it a proper shape of a classroom where we have some kind of decency, where we have some kind of discipline, where we have some kind of decorum, where you guys learn the art of reading newspaper with some kind of better understanding, we will keep the chat disabled. Unnecessary hand raising will not get anyone any mic, because it is a session in which a person will first explain you few things. When those few things are explained, then I will ask the students, do you have any doubt? Do you want to ask anything more? Then you can raise your hand, I can give you mic, you can ask your question, you can type in the chat box. But imagine a situation like you all are aiming to become an IAS officer or an IPS officer. Now if you are an IAS officer, 100 people come to meet you, and all of them are speaking together, then will you be able to understand anything? Similarly, if I open the chat box and 100 of people start typing their messages, I am a simple human being like any of you. Will I be able to read any of the messages? No. Then how can I answer them? So what should be the method of a webinar? Right now that we have come into a post-pandemic age where things have gone upside down, where things have become all new, but that new has now become a new normal. So what you have to learn, a webinar is more like a class. Now there is no difference between an offline and an online class. Many students are now more comfortable with online. Rather, many of the competitive exams are going to be online exams in the very near future. Your generation is a tech savvy generation. You use smartphones, you play games, you use all the apps, Insta and Snapchat and whatnot. Then when it comes to education, you become impatient, you become as if you know nothing, you start playing like you are ignorant. Please don't do this damage to your own future. Be sensible, be wise, be courageous, be determined. Success belongs to them who have all these virtues in them. So please be virtuous enough to be successful. Stop playing around with your career. Stop wasting your time. Stop asking irrelevant questions. Be sensible, be wise. Look at any IAS officer. When you see an IAS officer, he or she will never talk unnecessary. They will be people who will speak by weighing each and every word that they use. They will write one line only, and that line will change the destiny of millions of people. If you want to get that power, that authority, that position, that status, then behave like that. Be mature, be sensible, be humble, be a person full of commitment and dedication. Then only that success belongs to you. With these words, now I will start the session. In this session, I will be first starting with the agenda, that is how to read newspaper. While I will be telling you how to read newspaper, I will not just be telling you that this news is important and this news is not important. If this news is important, why it is important, and from what all perspectives it is important, I will be telling you this as well. What kind of questions can be expected, we will be discussing this as well. Then after this, I will be telling you that how you have to make notes out of newspapers. Then I will be telling you that how those notes are to be revised so that your current affairs are all sorted. After telling you about all these things, which will take me good 45-50 minutes, then I will be opening the chat box where you can you must only and only tell me, could you understand the things properly? Or in case you have doubts, then keep those doubts written with you or keep them in your mind fresh. Then I will ask you guys, now you can raise your hands if you have any doubt. I will give you mic and we can discuss your doubts as well. Now that makes sense. That makes a plan. And when there is a plan, there is a success. Now there are 15-16 people who have already raised their hands. For what have they raised their hands? What did I ask them? For what are they raising their hands? Isn't it like we are so kiddish that we don't even understand that a class is a class where there is a discipline, and successful people are those who are disciplined, right? So keep your hands down, let teacher explain things, then you can ask your doubts and I will give you mic. right? By just keeping your hand raised like this, you may feel pain in the arm, and I don't want you to have that pain. Put them down and let's start with the session today. Students, when we read newspaper, first thing that you should keep in your mind is, the first question comes, should it be the Hindu or should it be the Express? For that case, should it be Hindu, Express, or Business Standard, or Live Mint, or any other newspaper? My dear friends, let's first be very careful with a very simple understanding, right? If there is an important news on which a question can be framed for UPSC type exam, what do you think? If that news, if a particular news has not been covered by Hindu today, and it has been covered by either Indian Express or by Business Standard or by Live Mint or any other newspaper, if somehow it so happened that a very, very important news on which a question could have been asked, that news was not covered today by Hindu, but was covered by any of the other newspaper. So what will happen? Next day, the editor of Hindu, or the same day, the editor of Hindu will ask the journalist, why did we miss this news? Right? If it was so important, why we missed it? Now make a story out of it and make sure that tomorrow that news is covered in the paper itself. That means if we are reading only Hindu or only Express or any one of these two newspapers, it will never happen that we may lose information or we may not be informed about something that is very important, very crucial for this exam, right? If it is important, it will come. So what if it did not come on the same day and we got information the subsequent day or maybe after 2 days? Are we going to appear for the exam after a week? No. Many of us are aiming for either 2023 or 2024, and even some people are now preparing for 2025. So what if you do not get the news on the same day and you have to wait for a day? But in that case, there is always a possibility. There is one news extra in Hindu, one in Express, one is Business Standard, one in Live Mint. Then will you read all the newspapers so that you get all the news on the same day? Is it possible? Is it seriously, humanly possible even? So stop baffling your mind. Stop being in an unnecessary doubt that which newspaper shall we read, right? So there is no problem. Pick up any one good standard newspaper, and the Hindu is one of the most recommended newspapers. So it is a good newspaper. Now comes the idea of editorials. Yes, now this is something important. Hindu had its own editorial team. Express has its own editorial team. Business Standard or Live Mint have their own editorial teams. Now, are we able to read all the editorials from all the good newspapers as well? It is really a difficult task, not easily achievable by many of us. So, my dear friends, today that you are here with us, we are more than 1,000 students watching it live on Zoom with us, and there are many more who are there live on the YouTube with us. So because you are here with us today, let me give you a very easy solution to your current affairs. My team is going to share a link of YouTube and Telegram with you in the chat box, right? Once you join these two channels, here the links are. Once you join these two channels, you will get prompt daily basis analysis of all these newspapers, because I have a team and different people read different newspapers and then they merge the notes. Every morning I share 10 pages of current affairs from Hindu, Express, Business Standard, Live Mint, and PIB. We read it, we make proper notes out of it, and we make practice questions on it as well for your understanding. And this is all free of cost. Nobody is to pay any money for this, right? Just subscribe to the Telegram channel. The link has been shared. When we share it every day from all these newspapers, these are just 10 pages. When you read these 10 pages, even all the important editorials that come in it, we also share it with this, right? So your task will be easy. Though I will be telling you, if you do not want to refer to those notes, how you can read your newspaper, but we can save a lot of time. And then how that time is to be used, I will be telling you today, right? So who is a smart person? There are two people. One is, the task is to fetch water out of the well. You have to get a bucket in the well and fetch the water out. So somebody is throwing the bucket in the well with the rope attached and pulling the water, and someone puts a pulley there, right? And then it becomes easier, right? We have learned the simple machine things. So the notes that we provide, they work like that pulley for you, right? They reduce the time, reduce the effort. And when you reduce the time, reduce the effort, the net result is more time, more energy, and the subsequent and the final result is success. So this is where we are here for you. We are going to help you out so that you must get extra time, extra energy, and you must get your desired result. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna provide you with daily analysis of newspaper. I will be providing you daily analysis of newspaper, which will cover for both pre and mains through what? Through Hindu, Express, Live Mint, Business Standard, and PIB. Now, the 5 sources are covered by the team. Along with the summary of all these newspapers and things, we will also be providing you MCQs and mains questions and answers. And to help you further, we will also be making videos on all these things on our YouTube channel. So you get the notes from Telegram and you get the video explanations through YouTube. And both these things are free from last good 5 years, and they will remain free till the time we continue to teach. We will never ask for any money for all these current affair things, never ever in life. So these are going to be the things which will remain free for you. After giving you daily analysis of the newspaper and the videos, now the thing is, something that you read today, how will you remember it after a month or so, or perhaps after 3 months, 4 months, 5 months? How will you remember it? So what we do, first we provide you daily summary, right? In a very, very well crafted manner. Now, after 7 days, we make a weekly revision sheet, right? So if every day there are 10 pages, 7 days means 70 pages. But no, there is always a continuity of news. There is always an interlinking of the news. There is always a possibility that you can interlink the things. Let's take an example. If Russia attacked Ukraine, every day there is a news. Now, I need not write everything every day. I have already written something. I can only add few more things. So this weekly sheet will come to about 30 pages, 35 pages, right? We will provide you a weekly sheet. Now, there is a possibility that you cannot read it every day, then read it on weekends. But make sure, try that you should read it every day, so that this should be your revision, not fresh reading. Then third, we provide you monthly revision sheet. How this monthly revision sheet is made? By making 4 weekly sheets combined into one. Akshay sir, if possible, can you make my screen bigger so that students can easily see at the screen? If possible, please do that. On YouTube, there will be weekly videos as well, right? So that you can watch those weekly videos as well. So we provide them on YouTube. So please do subscribe to Telegram and the YouTube. The links are shared. Now, when we combine these 4 sheets, they should be about 120, 140 pages. But no, it will be somewhere around 70 to 75 pages of your monthly revision magazine, right? Which is now a compilation of all 4 weeks. Then after this, we provide you quarterly kind of a sheet, quarterly revision sheet, which is 3 monthly sheets combined together, right? Now, this should otherwise be somewhere around 200, 225 pages. This will be somewhere around 120 pages, right? 120 pages. Then we provide you half yearly revision sheet, half yearly, by combining these 2 sheets. And instead of 240 pages, it will be about 150 to 160 pages. Then finally, we provide you yearly revision sheet, full year, 365 days in 365 pages, right? Now, if you read news analysis by us every day, then this is your first revision. This is your second revision, third revision, fourth revision, and fifth revision. By default, you revised everything 5 times. How can you forget it in your exam? Otherwise, so things would have been like, I read it today, I did not revise, how can I remember it? And every time when I start making notes, they happen to be fresh notes. It is sheer wastage of time and energy. We have already sorted everything for you. Similarly, we will also be providing you with Yojana magazine summary, right? Monthly Yojana magazine, Down to Earth magazine summary, right? And Kurukshetra summary. So these are 3 monthly summaries in addition to this that we will be providing you at regular basis, on regular basis, right? So you guys are sorted. There is no need to have any stress, any panic, any tension regarding current affairs. Now coming to the thing that we have to discuss today. See, if I pick up today's newspaper, The Hindu, there is a news that Uddhav questions rationale for BJP's alliance with Sena faction, right? Now, this is a political news. Usually, there are no political questions in UPSC's exam. They do not ask. Now, if I look at this news piece particularly, there is a word floor test on Monday. Then Congress opposes speaker election. Now, when I read this part is basically not important for the exam for the day. Today, this news is not important, but these topics are very, very important. Why important? Number one, now in the prelim or in the mains exam, in paper 2 of mains polity, they can ask me a question, election of speaker. Congress opposes speaker's election. Election of speaker becomes important. They may ask me a question in pre, which of the following is true or not true about the election of speaker, right? Powers of speaker. This is very important. It may be a question in the mains as well. And removal of speaker. That means the office of speaker, particularly election, powers and removal of speaker becomes very important. I should revise my polity notebook today while looking at the newspaper. If there is nothing that is relevant for the current affairs, I should revise my polity section because that section has become currently important now. There can be a question on the office of speaker. Then floor test is a word, speaker is a word, but what all has happened here? There has been defection. Some of the members of that Shiv Sena left the party. That means anti-defection law. That 10th schedule is in news now. We should know about it. There can be a direct question, which usually we think is a question from the static part, but there is a relevance of current affairs in it now. So I should read about anti-defection law. Cato Holohan case, 1992. Nabam Rebia judgment, 2016. They all become important even if they are not mentioned today. This is something that we require. This is the knack with which we should read the newspaper. This is the understanding that is required to clear your UPSC exam. Then along with this, now because there is a crisis in state politics, and in the state politics, the role of governor is very important. So what are the powers of governor? Article 174. It also becomes important. Then there is a word floor test here. Na? So what is floor test and versus no confidence motion? I should know these things. So while I read this news today in the newspaper, even if there is not much important in it being a political news, but from the perspective of my prelim and my mains, I should know all these things. If I know them already, I am well prepared for the exam. If I do not know these terms, if I'm not sure what is floor test, what is motion of confidence, no confidence, then how can I think that I'm preparing in the right spirit? I'm moving in the right direction. Now, this is something that I want you to understand in today's session. Now that I have explained at least one news today, and I've told you that how it is important, in what perspective it should be read. Now I am opening the chat box where you can at least tell me, now, is this session making sense to the serious aspirants or not? Right? So joining the YouTube channel and the Telegram group will give you so much of, content, very important, very crisp content that will help you prepare for this exam with much ease. So our job here is to create that ease for you, right? So all the content is going to be free through and through. I am going to disable the chat, and I will once again request Akshay sir to share the YouTube and the Telegram links here so that more students can join and they can get the benefit out of these two things, because there will be lot of quality material every day coming on both Telegram and YouTube, right? Now, moving further. So from first news, we came to know about these four important things that we should know. Then the news that is there, it is about that statement made by a BJP spokesperson, Nupur, right? Now, what she said is debatable, is bad, is good. We as UPSC aspirants need not go into that controversy, right? Because UPSC always keep us on that side where neutrality is respected. So they will not ask us these kind of questions. But what kind of questions now I need to prepare? What kind of questions I should expect in the exam, be it pre or be it mains? Hate speech, right? This is very important term, and yes, UPSC in the past had talked about it. Now we have freedom of speech under Article 19(1)(a). It is a fundamental right. But then under Article 19(2), there are reasonable restrictions on it. So can I speak anything and everything that comes to my mind, or should I speak in a sensible manner? Should I be a responsible citizen or not? Should my statement make problem for the government, or I should be an asset for the government? These are the things that can be asked. Hate speech laws in India, section 153 and section 295A of IPC, Rangila Rasool case 1927. Now these are the things that I should know, and you will be surprised that some of these things are even missing in that most popular book called Lakshmikant, right? Because they are not covered in Lakshmikant. Many of the students who prepare through those very, very popular books, at times they find it very difficult that how to find information for all these facts. And because of this information technology and everything being accessible so easily, at times you keep moving in one such way that there is no end to the content that you gather. We have to be very judicious. We should know that what is important and what is not important. Then the news like blasphemy and should India have this law or not, social issue paper. Now along with paper 2, paper 1 becomes important. Secularism versus communalism debate in India, social issues paper 1. Then India's relations with West Asia, why India cannot afford to lose West Asia, international relations paper 2 in your mains. Now look at this. From this news, in which I could not highlight anything that is important per se for UPSC, we still have 4 very, very important issues on which we can expect a question in this exam. Now, this is what you need to understand. This is how you have to read the newspapers. This is how you have to make your notes, so that whenever there is a question, be it pre or it's main or it's your interview stage, you must be prepared with authentic information, authentic expression, right? Now coming to the next news. In today's newspaper, GST revenue surpassed 1.44 lakh crores. Now there are many things which are important, and I highlighted them as well. At the end of the class, I will share this all content in our Telegram group. If you have still not joined it, I would once again ask you students to join both the Telegram and the YouTube channel, because we provide a lot of quality content in both the channels, YouTube and Telegram, and that is always and always absolutely free for all of you. So by joining these two channels, you get a lot of quality content already on the YouTube channel. We are near to 3.5 lakh subscribers, while on the Telegram, we are nearing now 60,000 subscribers. So because of the quality content that we constantly provide to our students, these two channels are becoming quite popular, right? So when we talk about this news, GST news, now what kind of questions we should expect? Basics of GST, 101 amendment, 101st amendment to the Constitution. What is GST Council from polity perspective? Then GST compensation fund issues, physical federalism, again polity issue. Mohit Minerals versus Union of India case of May 2022. It is very important. GST Council recommendations are not binding. Impact on physical federalism, polity, and a single rate GST regime debate, feasible for India or not from economy perspective. So see, from this news, I should start thinking on lines with these topics. If I understand all these things, then I make a proper strategy for my preparation. Otherwise, my preparation remains half-baked, right? Now, coming to another news from today's newspaper, This is about students to be assessed on Desh Bhakti curricula, right? Now, see, there is a very small piece here which I can underline or highlight for you. But what are the important topics that can be asked? Virtues of nationalism, patriotism, secularism, and ills of jingoism and communalism. Social issues. National Education Policy of 2020, governance. Recently launched Performance Grading Index by Ministry of Education, governance. Preamble and fundamental duties, social justice, pluralism, diversity, fraternity and secularism, polity, and nationalist view of India's independence movement, history. These are the important topics that I must be prepared for. I must be prepared with. Now, here I will like to take one more minute and ask you few basic questions. See, there are many students who have yet to start their preparation, I would like to ask them, do we know the difference between nationalism and patriotism? Do we exactly know what is the meaning of secularism, jingoism and communalism? Are we aware that what is National Education Policy of 2020? Do we know anything about the preamble and the fundamental duties? Do we understand these basic words like social justice, pluralism, diversity, fraternity, and secularism? If I know nothing about them, then how should I start my journey? From where should I start? If I straight away pick up a newspaper and start reading it, and I know nothing about these terms, then how will I understand the newspaper? How will I be sure that what is to be read, what is not to be read? How far I will go on Google and search for the things? How will I make my notes? How will I understand the preparation for UPSC, what it requires, what it doesn't require? See, then you should start with NCERT books, NCERTs. Now the question that comes to mind of the students is that if I have to read NCERTs, then which NCERTs should I read? The question that comes to mind is which NCERT? Old NCERTs or new NCERTs, right? Which NCERT should I read? Class 6 to 12th or class 6 to 10th? Which NCERT should I read? Shall I refer to old or new NCERTs? Then there are people who are well informed that there are Tamil Nadu board books, which are also very important. For not all, but many of the important topics, there are many important books. Then there are National Institute of Open School notes available on internet, which are again very important. Now, which book should I pick out of all these? So students, as it was the case with your newspapers, right, which we provide free of cost to all the students across all the channels that we have, YouTube and Telegram, right? The links have been shared here. You can join these two channels and it will again help you always and always completely free of cost. But to sustain with these initiatives that we take every day to help the students free of cost, after all, we have to run the show, we have to pay the teachers, we have to pay for everything. So we run a very, very affordable NCERT course as we club all the newspapers at one place. Similarly, we club old, new NCERTs along with the chapters important in Tamil Nadu and the topics important in National Institute of Open School study material. For history, history means ancient India, medieval India, modern India, post-independence India, and world history. Polity, then international relations, then geography, environment, economics, society, science and technology. Then we cover disaster management. Then we cover ethics through NCERTs. For this, we use psychology books of 11th and 12th class, and we cover society and social justice from sociology book of 11th and 12th class, right? So we cover history, polity, geography, environment, economy, society, science and technology, disaster management, ethics, and society. All topics from all these four sources, and prepare a PDF note for your ready reference so that you are not to make notes out of NCERTs, right? These notes are automatically made for you by our expert team. Along with this, we provide live classes every day. Live classes 5 to 8 p.m. 5 to 8 p.m. live class. We do understand that there are many working professionals who aspire for these exams. There are few students who do not get free by 5 p.m. So these live classes in which we cover all these topics from all these NCERTs, these live classes, right? they continue for 75 days. Within 75 days, we finish 6th to 12th, all these NCERTs along with the notes that we provide, right? And along with this, for all these 75 days, these lectures are also available in its recorded shape. So if you cannot watch the live class, you can watch it live or recorded as it suits you, right? So once the course is finished in 75 days, live classes, PDF notes, and weekend tests, right? We provide it all under this course, and then another 75 days of access of recorded lectures, another additional, right, for your revision, because revision is more important. So first you watch 75 days live classes, if not possible, watch it recorded. You get your PDF notes and you get your weekend tests, and along with it another 75 days of recorded access. And this course is for 7,500 rupees including GST. But if students want to join it today, if you join it today, we are starting our new batch from Monday, 5 p.m. Monday, right? Every Monday we start this batch. This will be the last batch for 2024 students and 2025 students. Last batch, right? This Monday we are starting it. This, if you join today, you will get this course at 5,900 rupees. And along with it, if you join it now, Akshay sir, please share the joining link so that student can pay the fees. You will not just get it for 5,900 rupees. You will also get 1 year of pre-test series free of cost from us. This test series, otherwise in this competitive market, we sell this test series for 8,000 rupees. But only and only for today, if you join it, you will get this test series free of cost from us. Along with the weekend test, you will get 21 MCQ based tests of the UPSC level, of the same standard that UPSC asked you in the exam. A very well crafted 21 full length 100 question test, 2100 questions, right? Along with their explanations and along with their evaluation MCQ test. You will get all this in only and only 5,900 rupees, but only and only today if you pay from the link that has been shared in the chat box. Akshay sir, I will request you to please share the link on YouTube as well, because many students are asking there as well, right? I'm getting some messages from my old students who watch these lectures. So please share the link on the YouTube as well. So those students who will be joining today, they will get all this at 5,900 rupees, including that 1 year pre-test series. All right. Now look at this. Plastic ban violators to face penalties, jail term, Gopal Rai. Now this is something that is important in the news. But what kind of questions I can expect on this topic? Questions can be single-use plastic ban in India from 1st July 2022, enforcement of rules, Central Pollution Board control, environment topic. Plastic waste management rules 2016 and 21, environment. Students will revise 2021 rules. 2016 rules are also equally important. You cannot lose sight of them. Then this year's consensus on charting out a legally binding UN resolution on to end plastic pollution, environment. Issues in enforcement of plastic ban, lack of strict enforcement by state pollution control boards, environment. These are the questions that I can expect on environment related topics that happen to be in news. Similarly, Maharashtra cabinet to move metro car shed project is to be shifted back to array. Now I get something like this, which is important, but what kind of questions I can expect? What kind of questions I can expect is basic historical background of array colony, its location, which is prelim specific question on locations. Notification of a reserve forest by state government under section 4 of Indian Forest Act 1927, important from environment perspective. Forest Conservation Act, definition of a forest, deemed forest, environment. Scheduled tribes and other traditional forest dwellers, recognition of Forest Right Act, the concept of community rights, environment, and India State of Forest Report 2021, environment. These are the topics that should be prepared. If these are not prepared well, then how can I expect a good result in my exam? Now, these are the important things that you should always try to understand. And that is why you need someone to guide you through and through, because we understand that everyone cannot afford everything. We provide most of the things free of cost, and then some of the things at very affordable price. As I just explained you, a very comprehensive NCERT course, live classes, PDF notes, test series, a weekend test, and a comprehensive 1 year test series only at 5,900 rupees. Now, this is something that nobody can afford to lose. This is something like a mouth-watering offer for you. Like, your preparation is all sorted with us. By just paying us 5,900 rupees, you are not just getting your NCERT courses, your notes, your 1 year of full test series, and the current affairs are already free, right? So everything is sorted for you by just investing these 5,900 rupees. And while I was talking and explaining you all these things, 17 students have already paid their fees. 17 students have already paid their fees, right? These are the students who understand that taking the right decision at the right time makes the right difference in life. This is how a successful person can be differentiated with the one from the one who only thinks and dreams. One who think and dream can never be successful. One who takes the step at the right step at the right time, in the right direction. They are the ones who are successful. And while I was telling you this right step, right time, 4 more students enrolled, and now the total count of the enrollment is 21 in this NCERT course, right? Great students. That's a very tremendous kind of a response. 23 now, 23. Sedition law should go. Sinha. This is again an important news, not what is written here, but what kind of questions I can expect. Section 124A of IPC, I should know a brief background from polity perspective. Fundamental rights, Article 19, 1A of Constitution, polity. Court judgments like Kedarnath Singh versus State of Bihar, Balwant Singh versus State of Punjab, again polity. State of Punjab guidelines on sedition law, post Balwant Singh case, polity. In May 2022, government announced reconsideration of sedition law, polity. So sedition law is always in news, and anytime we can expect a question direct on it. So please be prepared for this and be enthusiastic to grab the opportunities that come your way. As while you are waiting, 37 students have enrolled in the course, while others are waiting, thinking. 37 students have taken their first step. They have already enrolled in this course. They are planning now for the start of their class, and others are still dreaming, I want to be an IAS officer. It will not come true unless you take the right step at the right time, right? 41 students have taken that step. While you are still thinking, pondering over the issue, they have already taken their step in the right direction. So I would ask you students not to wait, because waiting leads to wasting of time. Let's take the step. You have seen the quality. If you want to see that what kind of quality at Raj IAS we can provide you, I will come to all these news one by one. I show you a small thing here. This year in prelim exam, through the notes that we share on this YouTube and Telegram channel, these many questions could be directly answered. Government securities on 8th May 2021, we covered this thing, which was asked in this year. New e-commerce rules were covered on 23rd June in our notes. Capital and revenue expenditure, physical deficit on 1st November, we shared the news, right? So out of all the questions that came in this year on current affairs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 31 questions out of total 100 questions were asked. And all these questions could very easily be answered from the notes that we share. That means if you are doing these 31 questions correct, 62 marks are ensured. Last year cutoff was 87.5, right? Only on basis of these current affair notes that we share, you could score 62 marks. Going beyond this, if I show you something, there was a question in India, which of the following is responsible for maintaining price stability by controlling inflation? Answer was Reserve Bank of India. And this is the class note in which this has been responsibility to control inflation is with RBI, right? It is the class note of the last year student. Everything is covered within the class. Then with reference to the Banks Board Bureau, BBB, which of the following statement are correct? So answer was B. Here is the copy of a class note made by the student last year, and these students have got call for their mains now, right? These students have got call for their mains. Then with reference to Indian economy and many such like questions, you will see every question has its linked class note. Look at this. There was a question on geography, and here the geography teacher is teaching same thing in class about good 4 or 5 months before the prelim exam. Similarly, this topic, teacher teaching it in the class, right? Any topic you talk about, any topic that came in exam, many questions came directly from the class lectures. So if I add those topics which came directly from our class lectures, another 35 questions can be added to this, right? Now, when you add another 35, 70 and 62, that makes 132, and we don't even require this much of marks because 87.5 was the cutoff last year. This year it could be 90, nothing more than that. So if you prepare well with us, we can ensure you that you have adequate supply with you of the things that you require, and there will never be a time when you have to look here or there. Everything will be served on the hot platter to you. While I was showing you all these slides, 57 students have now paid for the course and have joined it, and you are still waiting. And I am not able to understand that what is stopping you now from not joining this course, because this course is one such solution that will lay one such strong foundation for you that you will never regret this decision. You will always be proud of you that we started for our UPSC journey on a Saturday, given Saturday, that was 2nd of July 2022. And when we took that decision, there was no looking back. And see, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years hence, the dream has come true. Today, I'm an IAS or an IPS or an IRS or an IFS officer. And see, here I stand today. And this is what I have achieved with my hard work, with my dedication, with my devotion, for which I took my first step on 2nd of July 2022. Mark my words. 63 students have marked the word. They have written it on the wall today that they are going to be an IAS. Rest, either we are running away because we have understood that this is not a dream that we had. This was just an illusion in which we were living. But now we have understood that no, we don't want to be an IAS. Look at this. Another news from today's newspaper. Hong Kong moving from chaos to order, Xi, right? Location of Hong Kong, map, right? This is important now. Then history of Hong Kong, British handover to China in 1997, 25th anniversary this year. International relations, 25th anniversary, important thing. One country, two systems concept in international relations, and one China principle in international relations. If you don't know things like this, then your preparation is not on the right track, right? It is not on the right track. Look at this. To keep their preparation on the right track, 74 students have so far enrolled. This time it was very quick. 74 students enrolled so far. Look at the zeal of the students, their commitment. Government recast Bank Boards Bureau to FSIB. Very important. I am very bullish that in next exam coming or the next year exam, this is going to be a question. Now, what kind of questions can be expected? Brief background of Banks Board Bureau, purpose and mandate, PJ Nayak Committee recommendation in economy, bank consolidation, Narasimha Committee report 1991 recommendations economy, and merger of public sector banks, arguments in favor and against it in economy. I am very bullish. There is going to be a question on this topic, right? Similarly, we will be telling you in these classes that what topics are important, why they are important, what kind of questions we can expect. Then PMI hints manufacturing slow to a 9-month low. So what kind of question on this we can expect? Purchasing managers index. How is it calculated? How does one read it? Economy. Index of industrial production. Index of 8 core industries. Economy. Slowdown in economy. Recession versus depression debate. Economy. And impact of Russia-Ukraine conflict. Supply chain disruptions. Economy. Now these are so many topics that we should cover while we read newspapers, because students at the starting, when they start the journey, they are not aware of all these things. That is why they need someone to hold their hand. And here we are. 87 students have held the hand. They have paid the fees, enrolled in the course. They have started to holding the hands with us. And this will now be our responsibility to show them the right path, right direction. Obviously, yes, it is going to be your journey, your effort, your result. But we now commit ourselves for these 93 students. For these 93 students, we commit that we will be showing them the right path. We will be holding their hand. We will be giving them the right direction. We will be telling them how they should prepare, what should they read, how they are going to make their notes. We will be telling them that where they are weak by evaluating their tests regularly. We will be telling them that yes, this is the way you have to nail this exam. This is the way that you have to live your dream successfully. It cannot be by talks. It has to come through your hard work, your action. But we are here to motivate you, to guide you. And 94 students have understood the importance of this thing and have already enrolled for the course, right? Then government hikes duty on gold to cushion rupee. Now again, an important topic. We can see that I have highlighted something here, but now what is this? What is import duty? Economy. G7 countries ban on Russian gold, impact on India, international relations. India's gold economy, second largest importer of gold economy, and sovereign gold bond scheme in governance. I need to be very well aware of all these things. If I am not, then I'm sorry, I'm not preparing. And because I know, see, there is no one better than my own self to understand, evaluate my own self. If I know that, yes, this is something that I cannot do myself, I need someone to guide me, to tell me, to show me the right path, then what is stopping us? Now, it is the magic number of 100 students who have enrolled. Congratulations to these 100 students who have enrolled in this course. Your class is starting from Monday, 5 p.m. But yes, you in the next 1.5 days are not going to be sitting free. Very soon you will be getting a message and you will have another interactive session with me in which I will be telling you that how you have to start your course. I will be telling you how you have to understand some of the basic words. So those 101 students who have already enrolled, after a while you will get another message and you will get access to another session with me, right? Coming to another news. DRDO carries out test flight of autonomous UAV. Very important news. Many important questions that are to be prepared. Basics of unmanned aerial vehicles, applications and concerns, security and science and technology both. Lethal autonomous weapon system applications and concerns, security. Liberalized drone rules 2022, science and technology. Defense acquisition procedure, make 1 and make 2 category rules, security. Now you need to understand that so many things are important here that we cannot afford to lose track of any of them, right? These 104 students, they have understood that how they have to prepare, how they have to start. Then we have already seen these news. I have shown you that how many questions came from these kind of current affairs that we prepared in the past for you, 31 questions direct. And then I've shown you how my teachers, they teach, and questions directly come from the class lectures that we deliver in our advanced course. But for this advanced course, something that you need to do is to first prepare your NCRTs so that your NCRT preparation is on the right track. It is finished in the right time, in the right direction, right? So here we are with this very, very affordable course, along with which you get PDF notes, weekend test, and then a full 1 year of test series. Look at the questions that have directly come through the classes. Look at this. So many questions. There is no end to it. Every question asked has been explained in the class. Look at this. The question was on West Africa has become turned into desert, Lake Victoria and everything. Here it is, dry due to climate change. Every concept was explained in the classes by the teacher in advance, not after the exam. You can go and check it on our portal. All these lectures were uploaded much in advance of this year's pre, and direct questions are there. And look at this, pre was in summers and the teachers are wearing winter clothing, right? So these are not recorded now. Many institutions perhaps do this thing, but these are the topics that we have already covered in our classes, be it science, economy, geography, history, polity, IR, whatever were the questions, they were all covered in the class by different teachers, right? And this is how the history questions were covered, Look at this. Different teachers giving you different topics in the class and you getting the right information at one place at the right time. Fine. So now what I had to explain, I have explained it. Now is the time where I can talk to you, I can interact with you. You can ask me your doubts, you can ask me your questions, and please make sure that when I open your mic, you start speaking very fast because there are so many students waiting to ask questions. So we cannot waste our time. Nimesh Mishra. Yes, Nimesh, what is your doubt? Nimesh, I think you have no doubt. You just raise hand. Abhishek. Madik. I'm sorry, Ashish.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, Ashish.
So
How are
I
you?
have a doubt that actually previously I joined your course, but due to some emergency, I was not able to complete my course. I have only completed like 50% of the course.
Ashish, do you have our numbers?
Yes, yes, sir.
If you will give one call on that number, don't you think your problem will be solved? Is this a need to ask on this platform? I don't think so. So just
Okay,
ask
sorry, sir.
Professor, he will do it for you. We never tease our students, we never trouble them. Don't worry, your interest is protected. Kashish Kumari. Yes, Kashish, you have any question? Angad Singh. Thank you, Kashish Kumari. God bless you. Angad Singh. Sanskriti Sinha.
Hello.
हाँ जी संस्कृति बोलो बेटा.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon जी.
Sir, I want to know where did the classes start?
Pardon? The classes are starting this Monday, 5 p.m.
Sir, in English spread.
All classes are in English because we have many students from South India, so it is not possible for us to teach in Hindi or Punjabi. We teach in English.
No, sir, I want to ask you that in which platform it teaches.
It will be on Zoom like this as we are interacting. You will get your user password and the recorded sessions will be available on our portal. Once you pay the fees, my team will give you all the access.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, Ji, best of luck. Sravani. Yes, Sravani, God.
Sir, is there any app to download? I had paid the fee.
Download what, beta?
అంటే which from which source we get notes or webinar
if you have paid the fees now, my team will interact with you in some time from now, right? So many students have paid fees, more than 100 students, so they will be interacting with everyone and you will get a link for it. Don't worry, right?
Thank you, sir.
All right. Shubham. Yes, Shubham.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Yes, Shubham, please tell me.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please tell me what you want to ask.
Sir, currently I am working. So can you recommend me something like how I can join and how I can?
See, this course is available in both live and recorded now. Already many working professionals have joined with our courses in recorded version, and in case of doubts, we give them special lectures for doubts. So you can join this course, right?
Sorry, pardon, please.
You can join this course, 75 days course, and once you watch these classes, you will find yourself prepared for the advanced course, which you can do either through coaching or through self-study thereafter.
And the time management thing is
that I will be discussing with the students enrolled in the class. That I will be discussing with them. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for that.
All right. Yes. All right. Yes, Chetna. Chetna, do you have any doubt? YouTube students, I am taking doubts of these Zoom meetings first. In case you have doubts, you can either wait, or what you can do, you can send me a WhatsApp message. Please no calling on my personal number. This is my number 98147116661. This is my personal number. Please don't call because I have another class after a while from now. So you can send me a message. right? I will reply there and you guys can join us. Chetna, you have no doubt, I suppose. We have another student here, Ankit, waiting for quite some time. Yes, Ankit, do you have a question?
Sir, if we revise monthly magazines
Yes.
4 to 5 times, will it be beneficial?
Yes, it will definitely be.
और सर मतलब हम अगर न्यूज़पेपर को रोज पढ़ें और मतलब उसको रिवाइज मतलब अगर हम मंथली मैगजीन ही कर लें तो इट विल बी बेनिफिशियल कि
Yes, it will be definitely.
और हम न्यूज़पेपर ना पढ़े अगर रोज
नहीं, रोज नहीं पढ़ रहे हो, फिर केला मंथली कैसे सर्व करेगा? तुम्हारी लिंकिंग कैसे होगी यार?
अच्छा सर,
ठीक है, या तो रोज न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ के मंथली से रिवाइज कर लो, या फिर डेली हमारी शीट पढ़ लो, फ्री मिल रही है टेलीग्राम पे और यूट्यूब पे, यूज कर लो उसको.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर.
ऑल राइट जी. कुमारी मुस्कान. यस, कुमारी मुस्कान बेटा बोलो. तुषार प्रजापति. Yes, Tushar Prajapati, do you have any doubt?
गुड आफ्टरनून सर.
Good afternoon जी.
सर क्लास 6 से लेकर 12 तक की एनसीईआरटी इनफ रहेगी?
बेटा ये तो बिगिनिंग है ना, फाउंडेशन कोर्स है, उसके बाद एडवांस बुक्स तो पढ़नी होती हैं. पर अगर आपको बेसिक मतलब ही नहीं पता कि कम्युनलिज्म क्या है, कम्युनिज्म क्या है, सेक्युलरिज्म क्या है, लिबरलिज्म क्या है, जीएसटी क्या होता है, बेसिक चीजें नहीं पता, तो पहले एनसीईआरटी तो पढ़नी पड़ेगी ना. या खुद पढ़ लो या हमसे पढ़ लो, वो आपकी इच्छा रहेगी.
ओके सर, ओके सर.
ऑल राइट जी, थैंक यू तुषार.
थैंक यू सर.
रोहित कुमार.
Hello.
Yes, Rohit, please tell me.
Sir, I want to say that while reading editorial,
Yes.
sir, I face a lot of problem.
Then you can do one thing. Every day 9 a.m. Varun sir takes a free lecture on YouTube channel of ours where he discusses all the editorials. Watch it and all your problems will be solved, right?
Okay, sir.
All right, Rohit. Khushmanpreet. Khushmanpreet. Yes, Khushmanpreet.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my query is that, sir, I have written mains once.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
Sir,
before
but
you ask me a question, can I ask you a small question?
Yes, sir.
You have already written mains once. So how did you find the explanation for the newspaper reading that I gave today?
Sir, it is very good, sir. Actually, I also missed many points when I was reading my newspaper. Actually, truly speaking, sir, previously I was not reading newspaper continuously, but now I have came across that newspaper is very essential. And the things that you have explained, sir, these points, sir, now I will inculcate in my preparation, sir.
Very nice. Sanji, beta, how can I help you? Tell me.
Sir, thing is that, sir, मैंने ये पढ़ी तो हुई है NCERTs, but not all the NCERTs I have covered. So would this course would be beneficial
आपको
for
2023 में दोबारा प्री देना है? 2023 में देना है प्री आपको?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually I skipped this time.
आप एक काम करो, अपना NCERT कोर्स ज्वाइन करो और उसको 4-5 दिन लगाओ क्लास को. And if you find that there is some value addition, good. Otherwise, you can move to the advanced course. अगर आपने पहले कोचिंग नहीं ली है कोई, तो सेल्फ स्टडी किया आपने पहले?
Yes, sir. मैंने सेल्फ स्टडी की है.
आप एक एडवांस कोर्स का डेमो ले लेना उसके बाद, ठीक है?
Okay, sir. So मतलब ये मैं सर एक मैं पूछना चाहता सर, do we have any course like year long test series for main specifically, sir? So मुझे आंसर राइटिंग में काफी सर दिक्कत आती है.
हाँ, बिल्कुल आपको हेल्प करेगा ये. आप लगा के देखो क्लासेस, यू विल एंजॉय इट.
Okay, sir. Sir, just one more query, sir. Sir, presently I have been selected as a Patwari. Sir, should I join it or skip that? because I want.
a bird in hand is always better than two in bush. जो मिला वो तो ज्वाइन कर ही लो, साथ में पढ़ते रहो यार, लोग पढ़ते ही हैं साथ में।
हाँ जी सर, वो तो है, तो बस वही था सर कि लाइक थोड़ा मैनेज करने के
मैनेज हो जाता है यार, डोंट वरी, गवर्नमेंट जॉब के साथ मैनेज हो जाता है।
ठीक है सर, बस
ऑलराइट,
यही एडवाइस चाहिए थी सर।
ओके, यस जूही।
हेलो,
यस जूही।
गुड आफ्टरनून सर।
हाँ जी, प्लीज टेल मी।
सर ये बैच जो अभी आपने बताया इनरोल करने को,
जी
तो ये मतलब कब तक सर टाइम है इसको इनरोल करने को? और
बेटा,
मतलब अगर
जब तक सीट्स हैं
जब तक सीट्स है सर, 200 सीट्स अवेलेबल है ना?
250।
250।
हाँ जी, और 114 स्टूडेंट्स एनरोल कर चुके हैं।
यस।
ऑलराइट, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सर।
ऑलराइट, मुकुल। यस मुकुल।
हेलो।
यस मुकुल।
हेलो।
हाँ जी मुकुल, बोलो बेटा प्लीज।
सर मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ जी पूरी आ रही है जी, बताओ।
सर मैंने 16 का 17 का मीन्स लिखा है, मैंने पीडीएफ लिखी है।
ओके।
उसके बाद मेरा अभी लास्ट रिजल्ट बचा है 30 वाला, अभी मैंने 22 का दिया नहीं है। तो सर थोड़ा सा डर भी है और बीच में प्रिपरेशन भी छूट गई थी, तो सर मुझे क्या ये ज्वाइन करना चाहिए आपका कोर्स?
आपको भी मैं सेम एडवाइस दूंगा यार जो मैंने पहले दिया। आप एक बार एनसीईआरटी ज्वाइन करो, 4 से 5 दिन क्लास लगाओ। अगर आपको लगता है ये बहुत ही बेसिक है, फिर आपको एडवांस कोर्स में आना चाहिए ताकि आपकी प्रॉपर तैयारी हो सके। राइट।
तो सर एक चीज और, सर मेरा ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल था
हाँ
पहले।
जी, हाँ जी।
तो सर मेरा ज्योग्राफी में एक्चुअली स्कोर नहीं हुआ।
यार देखो, ऑप्शनल के लिए ना हमारे पास डिफरेंट टीचर्स हैं, मैं आपकी उनसे बात करवा दूंगा। आपको मैंने नंबर दिया, मुझे व्हाट्सएप कर देना, ठीक है? ऑलराइट जी। चंचल। यस चंचल।
Sir, are magazines necessary? मतलब can't newspaper cover the topic only?
दोबारा बोलो बेटा, आपकी आवाज कट गई थी, मैं सुन नहीं पाया प्रॉपरली।
Sir, are magazines necessary? Can't newspaper cover the topic only?
They can, but magazines can give you a better perspective and you can then write better answers and better essays as well.
So magazines are necessary?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
All right. Uddhav. Yes, Uddhav. Uddhav, your mic is on. You can speak, please. Sanskriti, you speak, please. Sanskriti Sinha, do you have any doubt?
फी में जो रिडक्शन है 7,500 का जो फी है, जो अभी 5,900 मिल रहा है
जी
सर, ये कब तक अवेलेबल है?
बेटा अभी बताया मैंने आपको, 75 डेज में कोर्स खत्म होगा और उसके बाद 75 डेज एक्स्ट्रा मिलेंगे आपको रिवीजन के लिए, टोटल 150 डेज।
सर नहीं, मतलब सर जो 5,900 जो फी आपने रखा है ना डिडक्ट करने के बाद 7,500,
हाँ जी
सर ये 5,900 कब तक अवेलेबल है? मतलब
बेटा
कब
जब
तक
तक सीट अवेलेबल है, आज के दिन में ही है ना ये तो। अभी देखो आप 120 के आसपास तो सीट्स ऑलरेडी फुल हो चुकी हैं।
ओके सर।
जी
सर ये 5,900 सिर्फ आज के लिए है?
जी।
थैंक यू।
ऑलराइट जी। मयंक।
सर ये पीडीएफ फॉर्म आप सेपरेट भी प्रोवाइड करते हो?
नहीं, ये कोर्स के साथ ही मिलता है जी।
ओके सर।
ऑलराइट, शुभम कुमार। यस शुभम कुमार, डू यू हैव अ डाउट? ध्रुव।
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
सर एक्चुअली मेरा अभी PWBC एग्जाम मतलब मुझे 45% ही स्कोर करना पड़ेगा। ये मुझे सर ने और कहा है। सर मैंने ये ईयर ही मैंने कॉलेज ग्रेजुएशन किया है। एंड सर ऑन अदर साइड फादर का भी बिजनेस है। तो सर फादर बोलते हैं कि ना बिजनेस में लेकिन सर मुझे ना IAS बनना है।
देखो मैंने बात सुनो ध्रुव, मैंने अपना नंबर दिया, मुझे ये मैसेज बहुत लंबा हो रहा है, आप उसको मुझे टाइप करके भेज दो, मैं आपको वहां आंसर करता हूँ, ठीक है?
ओके ओके
ओके। हाँ साक्षी आप बोलो। साक्षी
Hello, sir.
जी।
Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Sir, if we take this course, so can we able to attempt in 2023 examinations?
Beta, this is just a beginning. It is not a complete course. This is just a beginner's course.
Okay.
Advanced course is different. ये तो उन लोगों के लिए जिनको कुछ पता ही नहीं है अभी, जिनको स्टार्ट करना है.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. ARM.
हेलो सर।
Yes.
सर आपने बोले थे कि तमिलनाडु बुक्स में से some chapters are important.
Yes.
Sir, is there any important in Karnataka chapter, sir?
No.
Nothing, sir.
No, it is not nothing. Everything is there, but then it is also covered in NCERT, na? So why to repeat the things?
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. Ria. Yes, Ria, please tell me. Gautam.
हेलो सर।
Yes, Gautam.
सर NCERT बोर्ड और तमिलनाडु बोर्ड में से अगर कोई एक चूज करना हो तो किस पे
जी।
फोकस करें?
NCERT. तमिलनाडु में कुछ कुछ टॉपिक इंपॉर्टेंट है, सारे नहीं है.
ओके सर। और सर मतलब आपने वो कोर्स को बोला तो मेरे को ज्वाइन करना हो तो मैं कैसे करूँगा प्लीज?
अभी हमने लिंक शेयर किया हुआ है, देखिए साइड पे लिंक चल रहा है. 137 स्टूडेंट्स एनरोल कर चुके हैं.
ओके।
ऑल राइट. राकेश. यस राकेश.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, so will this course cover all the NCERTs from 6 to 12?
See, it is not important, Rakesh, that you should cover all NCERTs. The question is, do the course cover all the important topics from all the NCERTs that are required for UPSC? And the answer is yes.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. Aditi. Aditi, do you have any doubt, any question? Naman. All right, friends. Naman, you want to ask something?
हेलो
Yes.
सर, मैंने अभी अपनी 12th क्लास कंप्लीट की है, तो मैं ये पूछना चाह रही हूँ कि अब ये राइट टाइम है यूपीएससी की प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट
Best
करने
time है बेटा, you are at the right time. Have you heard the name of Tina Dabi and Ria Dabi, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
They started immediately after their 12th, and that is why they could make it in the first attempt, right?
Yes, sir. और सर ये पूछना है, तो स्ट्रीम भी मैटर करती है? मतलब मैंने
बेटा डॉक्टर भी IAS बनते हैं, डॉक्टर भी IAS बनते हैं, इंजीनियर भी बनते हैं, कॉमर्स वाले भी बनते हैं, आर्ट्स वाले भी बनते हैं.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, best of luck. All right, friends, then God bless you all. By the time we are ending, we are close to 150 admissions, and hopefully we will be getting more response, and by evening the batch will be full, and those who have already enrolled, they will get a separate message, and we will have another session at 2 p.m.